wrist, man. Check the wrist, man. Got him hot. Hey, man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, pass the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she want it like me, cause I blame she can't count on him.
Okay, Coach, historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Carr now to throw. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
This is Jalen Richard, the 4th-year man from Southern Miss. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but the football comes out. Jacobs lost it, and the Packers pick it up. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense.
Hey, Mike. Bravo. Mike, 56, right there, 56. Stay with your man. Mike, 56.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker Mason Foster, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about it. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Carr. Caught right side, Gresham. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On second and 11 now, Carr. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Rashawn Gary. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
93. Go. 42 at the mark. Heavy on the edges. Hey, 7:34.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And Gresham's got it over the middle. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage.
And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready. And above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw his Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, You might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Kenny Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. And Gresham has it left side. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Now Carr. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20, and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now give that man an oxygen tank.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This one taken from the 7. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife Stadium to take on the Jets. 2 not to miss to close out Week 6. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely been on constant duress this entire game.
And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
5. 24 is the mark.
Shotgun now for Carr. Space to maneuver at the 40. They'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go deep left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Brian Grant, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
In your face.
Carr gives to Richard. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Raiders on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career, but that was all the way back in 2006. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Number 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Buying time to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
One back in the game. That's Jones, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? Packer pressure, and down he goes. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. This is taken at the 3. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check that.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the backup Kaiser to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Derek Morgan picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And Graham's got it over the middle. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Down. What inning? Hey, we're good, we're good. What inning? Go down.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Well, these two franchises, very rich histories. This game, of course, part of the NFL 100 series. But the meeting that really sticks out from way back when is 1968 Super Bowl II, which at the time was known as the AFL-NFL World Championship game. But Bart Starr was the MVP of that game. He went against Darryl LaMonica, the Mad Bomber, the quarterback for the Raiders. Packers would get the victory just like they did the year before in the first ever Super Bowl over the Chiefs. And Bart Starr was also the MVP of that game as well.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had the incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now this time Carl throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Montez Sweat make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Rodgers now to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling. For the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. after the touchdown. Here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a give to Richard. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Carr throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
I'm coming after you.
From midfield, here's Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now. Carr now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Rodgers now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaching, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
44, Mike Alpha.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. On 2nd and goal, Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. They'll run with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. They run it with Jacobs. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line.
Check. Walk 54. Pick me up. Here we go. Live.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll let it go deep. And got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 92 yards. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21.
Come on, QB.
9. Hey, wahoo!
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Carr. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On 1st down, Carr. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turn over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys. Our time. Let's get off the football.
Rodgers going to throw. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Jump out! Hey, orbit!
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Now we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
We got it. We got it.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
Come on.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now a desperate. That's caught inside the 20. The first play of the second half. A big success, over 30 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. Montez Sweat in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that one, Charles, is just going to about wrap up what was no doubt a dominating defensive performance.
Yeah, I don't care what team it is. I don't care who you play, whether they're strong offensively or not. Just giving up 3 points in the NFL, That's absolutely a dominant performance and one that they can build on.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Back near the goal line. Here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there.
Rodgers looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 4. The Packers on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Rodgers to throw once more. The open man is Chark. It's complete. Called that a very strong gain of 24. Rodgers now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Rodgers again now. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.